Alright, so yeah, coming to you kind of live from the basement while we're waiting for this thunderstorm to pass overhead. I have this notebook my daughter got me, or other kids too, but the kids, they all got me, so let's see. Look, I can file my nails if I get too bored. But I decided I finally found a use for this, because I wasn't quite sure what to do with it. I thought it was a wallet at first. And there's a notebook back here, a little notebook, and a place you could put some cards if you wanted to, like if I wanted to go shopping and didn't want to take my purse. Let's see if I just want to run to the dollar store or somewhere. Right now it has my Christmas bucket list 24, Christmas candy suggestions. There's some kind of a note on spiritual health here from Proverbs 23:7. And many are the plans in the mind of men, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will stand. God is in control. We're not promised tomorrow, next week, month, or year, etc. Consider what is said in James 4:15. If the Lord wills, we will do this, that, here, there, etc. Make plans in the light of the Lord's purpose and eternity. It is in James 4:15. Invest more time in storing treasures in heaven. And it's crucial to invest in a relationship with God. I bet I look really good because I had fallen asleep and then I woke up. I thought I was hearing sirens, tornadoes, sirens. So then I had to gather up the critters and head for the basement. This is what used to be the master bedroom back in the 80s. It still needs work on and cleaned up. I rented the house out for 8 years and came back and it was pretty messed up. I haven't really got it straightened up since, but I've got some things done. I just still need to do more. So, but it works for right now. This is an old, like telephone table. It's got the little pocket here. Hold on, let me see if I can show you. Got this little pocket shelf, like, I guess that's where the telephone books and things went years ago, when they had it in like a living room, foyer, entryway. You know how you could walk into the entryway and at the bottom of steps before you'd walk into like a living room, there would be a telephone table with a telephone on it. So, and it has the lamp. The shades are looking pretty yellow right now. So I figured if I couldn't sleep, maybe I could do some work on my YouTube channel, but not necessarily. This was not the original plan for the scripture reading, but I thought, it sort of fits in a way. So this storm is throwing our plans off a little bit. Waiting for this storm to pass, I figured I could work on the inventory list of all the necessary different things for each, like, I don't know if you want to call it a room system, room solutions, or whatever, and a mini version for the minivan. So, to put in the camper van. And that's what I thought maybe I'd work on since I was up and awake and down here. Probably for at least an hour. So, see if there's anything else that's interesting in here. Cat and dog supplies. So, might want some food. Like the pet's food, depends on where you're going, if you're taking your pets with you. If you're going for a day, 2, or maybe you're going to go for a week somewhere, travel and do some camping at one of the campgrounds. So, I've got pet food, supplements, toys, some kind of scratch and post thing if you're going to be in the van for very long, if you've got a cat that's not declawed. Little chew bones, biscuits, etc. type things for the dog. Maybe take a couple throws, like little blanket throws, and some shampoo. I don't know if you'd want dry shampoo, because I'm not sure they make a doggy dry shampoo, but in case you might need to clean them up, you might want some pet shampoo. And then there's a pest defense treatment of some sort, and I haven't looked into that, so I can't tell you. Okay, that's as far as I got on that list. You might want collapsible food and water bowls if you're traveling, because they're compact once you clean them up. And while we're talking cleaning up, you'll want a spray bottle with some vinegar water in it. Don't ask me what the solution is exactly. How much vinegar to how much water. Might be a third, quarter. I doubt it's half. So I'll have to make some up and figure it out and let you know later how that works out. That was left from some notes from something had to do with the why. I don't remember if that was on the bucket list, maybe. So, it's about stacking good habits, but it's not related to what we're talking about right now. So we're passing that up. Let's see. Okay, that's all of that. So my hope was I was going to use that and make my list, and then for every container that was going to have some of these supplies or inventory items in, I was going to take that page out and then lay it, either tape it on top of the container or lay it inside a drawer. But as you can see, this is not perforated, so now I'm having second thoughts about using it. So I guess on that note, I might use regular note paper instead, like the kid in school. But isn't that cute? I could tear those pages out, I suppose. I don't know if they'd rip out clean, neatly, or make a big mess. So I just don't want to chance that. I'm going to slide that down in that drawer. I did already bring my notebook down, where years ago when I was sick and ill and laid up, when I first got forced early retirement, and I thought I could talk a little bit about how I got interested in van life, or minivan, van camper, day tripping van, whatever you want to call it, depending on what your plans are, what you think you'd like to be doing. But at the time, I was pretty sick and messed up physically, and some car wrecks, different things happened, and I thought I might lose my home, and I was like, well, what was I going to do? So I started planning ahead, and I wanted to figure out how to do this camper van. So if I lost my home, I wouldn't know where to go, because I have one sister, but she's in Cincinnati. She doesn't live out where I live. And let's see, no one else around here that used to be around here. My one sister moved up north to be with her kids due to health issues, and my brother passed away. Took care of him a little bit for about a year or so. He passed away from cancer. I think it was 20. Might have been 21, but I think it was 20. So I think maybe we found out, or I found out about 19. So it was sometime in 20, but I'd have to look to be sure. I won't tell you wrong on that. And his birthday just passed, May 23rd, and so I've been kind of missing him a little bit. And he was like my right-hand man sort of thing. He had lived with me for a while, and then moved out, and that was right before we learned about the cancer, I guess. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm digressing. So I wanted to, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to mention names of other YouTubers, but I was going to tell you some of the YouTubers that I watched when I was laid up and not working. And I'll find out if it's okay to do that, because I don't have to don't want to have to redo this entire video because I did something I shouldn't have. So what I'll do is, if there's something here that I would already do, I'll mention it. But if it's something I got from them and watching their videos, then I'm not, because it's almost like taking somebody's work or something. I don't want to do that to them. So, this is a young lady. She might be middle-aged by now. And her little dog. And she was car camping at the time, but I think she's moved up since then. I didn't write the year down, but I imagine it was 22. Let's see. Some things that I know strictly came from her video. So give me a second to peruse this list. We mentioned supplements for the dog, which is something I would do anyway. I mentioned collapsible bowls. That's related to pet items. And I'm not going to specify, but I'm thinking, I really don't use hair accessories. I don't color my hair hardly anymore. As you can see, the gray. But, you know, for like your bathroom kit or personal kit, you're going to want certain things like your brush, your comb. I don't know if they still make those little like portable type, are they like hair dryers? You put this little, I don't know if it's butane or what, cylinder in there or something. I guess if you have like a power, I don't know what they're called, like a power bank of some sort, like a, I can think of a Jackery or something. I've heard people talk about Jackeries and Blue Eddies, I think. And you can actually plug things into them, so you could take a curling iron if you wanted. And then, while we're still on that subject, they're not in her notes, obviously, but these were just most important things I would probably not think about. But one thing I would think about is somehow make you a duffel bag kit, like as if you were going to the gym, and make sure you have everything in it as if you were going to shower after working out at the gym or getting out of the pool at the gym. So make sure you have your, you can get 2-in-1 if you want, shampoo and conditioner, but otherwise just those little travel bottles. You can pick them up at the dollar store, like 3 or 4 in a kit, a little plastic pouch. And then you can have your liquid body soap, your shampoo, your conditioner. One you could put body lotion in, and you'd be pretty set that way. Then that takes us to needing other personal things like deodorant if you're young enough to have a menses. If you're a woman, you'd want some pads of some sort or tampons. I'm trying to think of all the things that somebody might want to put in one of those besides your extra clothing, you know, like if you change out to go to workout in the workout room or run the track or get in the pool, and then you'd want your, you might want to wear the clothes that you wore in, but then you might want fresher clothes afterwards in case you have somewhere special to go. Like sometimes my daughter will meet me at the Y, and or my other daughter, well, the kids in general, we'll just say, and we'll meet and we'll go to lunch or somewhere special like a museum or something. And then so I wouldn't want my regular everyday at the house, taking care of the animals, the house, the yard clothes on. So then I would take something nicer to wear to change into after that. So don't forget about thinking ahead about these things. Let's see. Something I would take, like right now I'm in the basement, and if I wasn't working on this, what I would be working on probably is an adult coloring book. So when I get this room cleaned up down here, I'm probably going to move some things down here, set this up, and I could have art, crafts, coloring books, different things like puzzles, maybe puzzle books. And so in the future, when I'm down here, it would give me something to do while I'm waiting to see what's happening with the weather. I could have swore I heard the sirens going off when I first woke up and prepared to come down here, and then nothing. And it's raining, it's storming a little bit. So I think it, actually, the wide band of storm that was supposed to come hit about 1 is, we've got the smaller strip underneath it went north. And so our band now is not coming till almost like 1:25 or something, and lasting till 2 or 2:30. So I figured now would be a good time to do something like this. I'm not sure I can send it out because I'm in the basement. I've only got 1 bar, but I can at least make the video and then send it out when I have, like when I go back upstairs and I have more bars. Let's see. So if you're going to have notebooks, coloring books, puzzle books, whatever, make sure you pack. You can also have a small, you know, those fold-up cubes that you can buy at the dollar stores. Anyway, those are good to put these items in for in your van if you're traveling. So if you have a rainy day and you're stuck inside your van, you can do any number of things, but make sure you don't forget your coloring pencils, your markers, whatever you might use, pens, pencils. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Maybe you're in the middle of remodeling and you want to take some graph paper with you, lay out measurements for the rooms, or lay out like the door, the window, etc. How you might want to set that room up, and you can work on the replanning of remodeling in your house or something if you wanted to. If you have a home base, if you're living in your van, you probably don't have a home base, but some people now are buying land or buying a small home, so they do have a home base. It almost is cheaper than renting storage units. Some people are storing things in storage units while they're living out of their vehicle, and that adds up depending on where you live. Okay, so back to this. Let's see. I had a list I started upstairs and I ripped it out and I just threw it in the trash because I thought I'd take a picture of my paper, you know, all my notes on the paper, and then I'd post those. But I'm having trouble writing, and then I smeared something. I would switch from penmanship, cursive, you know, to just print, typing or writing regular print. So that kind of looks messy when you go back and forth. So I didn't like that. So I'm cruising to see if it helps me think of anything. I mean, I've got more or less, you know, what I don't think of will come in later. Talking about going to the gym, going on vacation. If you're going to be out for a couple days, say 2 or 3 days, weekend, and you decide you want to go places where you can go hike, like a national forest park, whatever, and hang out at a campground, or just find some place just to, you know, tuck yourself in somewhere. It can be a park, it can be on the side of a rural road, it can be in a parking lot behind a restaurant or a big box store or someplace, if they'll let you do that sort of thing. I don't know if they let you do that sort of thing these days, but some places might. But you'll want whatever you might need to do your laundry. They make these little pop-up, squish down type, some kind of easily stored, like a little mini washer. So you can take you some laundry detergent, fabric softener, and some hangers or something, clothesline, and pins, and you can do your laundry if you're not around other people and you have a place to string it. Like at a campground, there might be a couple trees or something, post poles, and so you could do some laundry. Like say if you get muddy or fall down or something happens. trying to think of things that are related to other things. It's easier to make your list if we stick to a topic. And then always leave you extra lines, because you're going to think of things that you might do that maybe I wouldn't, or things you might use that I don't. So it's always a good idea when you're making your list to leave you some little lines, 3, 4, 5 lines underneath. I'm trying to think, something that I don't think anyone's covered, but you could if you had a place or a way to store it, is the 2-gallon mini vacs, mini shop vacs. And that would save money if you've got like the Jackery Bluetti or some kind of power bank that you can actually plug in, like AC, like radios or who knows whatever, your laptop. But yeah, you could take one of those little shop vacs, and you could actually not have to go to a car wash quote place to use their vacuum to vacuum your vehicle. And if you have a little, they make little, like the little sweepers for cars and stuff, they make shampooers now. So make sure you have some extra, just regular water in a gallon jug, and you can shampoo something if you spill something in your van. Those come in handy. Everyday things. So, okay, something you might need if you get out in the boonies somewhere and you don't have a bathroom. So, what I planned on using, just peeing, would be probably like the plastic round coffee containers. They got like the little grooves on the side so you get a handle. So anyway, you could use that to pee in. You can just stop at a gas station or somewhere, you know, you put the lid on tight. You can put it in a grocery bag or something. You can carry it in. You can go to the restroom. You can empty it, wash it, rinse it, you know, put it back in your bag, take it back out to your vehicle. No one would really be the wiser. But now, going what we refer to as number 2, I guess. Some people's solution is, say like an office supply, a waste can, and find the small waste can type bag liners. And so then you would put that in there and line that, fold the excess over the outside of that trash can, and put, you could go into, say, like, I don't know if we're allowed to mention stores, a big box store, a dollar somewhere, they might have them, and they don't have to be expensive as long as they hold up and work, but a toddler's potty training potty seat. So it might fit right over just perfect on one of those. You could actually just go into the store, find the waste can, find the potty seat, see if it works together, and then find the, you know, plastic bag liners, and that could be your potty. So the thing is, if it's not sturdy enough, if you're a person of a larger size, you know, and that might be awkward and you might tip it over or something. So I've seen where some people are using like ottomans, and you can set it in the center. I don't remember what they put around this, you know, the empty space between it and the side walls of the ottoman. But then you need something to come up and make that level like. So I don't know if you could get someone to just cut you a piece of board, or you could reinforce, get some different sides of cardboard boxes and make something of your own. But something to make like that ledge, like, you know, so it's not going to collapse. So you can make like a potty like that. So, and then of course there's, I forget if you use cat litter or if you're using pellets or something, horse pellets, rabbit pellets, some kind of pellets that I guess you'd use in a rabbit's litter box or something. But anyways, some kind of animal pellets or whatever. And maybe cat litter, I don't know. But you can put that, say if you line the ottoman maybe. I don't know how they do it, but in case you might miss, is what I'm thinking. I wouldn't think you'd miss, but you could line with a larger bag the ottoman, and then put that down in there, and then put those pellets around the base of that, and that way if you were happen to miss, that would absorb that, take care of that, and that way you just, one of those bags, like the main bag inside the waste can, or the other bag that's going to protect the inside of the ottoman, you can just pick those up, rough those up, and take those in and throw them away. So, and then just make sure you keep you 5 to 10 bags with you at all times, in case you get stuck out somewhere for a while. Or make sure you have boxes of those if you are somebody who actually is in your vehicle for a long time. So I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. I've been able to hang in there this long, but there's no guarantees in life. You never know. So anyway, I didn't want to cover kitchen, food pantry, because most of us know about those things, and I'll probably cover them later, just not right now. Let's say if you're going camping, something else you might need. If you're actually a person who can burn wood and have a campfire, you might need your stick matches or your other matches. I forget what they're called. There's some kind of special match, and I'll look it up later when I'm not in the basement, I guess. I have some, and I took them out of the little box, and I squished it and put it inside a large, like, pill bottle. Then the matches are in there. You close that up tight. You can put it in a Ziploc baggie too if you want. But the idea is to make sure you keep your matches dry. So then you'll want matches for, or a lighter. You can get a lighter if you want to stop somewhere and do a little campfire. Cook some food. I don't know who does grills with charcoal anymore, but I'm sure somebody might. Like somebody who's not in a minivan and has more room to put, you know, keep all these things. I have considered getting, I'm not sure what they call, but 2 a.m. in the morning is enough time to try to think of things. They go on top of the rails like your luggage rack. It's like to put luggage or clothing or different articles in. Like you might want to put your tent up in there, but a cargo type thing, I don't even know what it's called. Nothing like being tired, but you probably know what I'm talking about. Something you might do if you haven't got one already, if you've been doing this at all yet, is you're going to need a curtain system or something for privacy. So you'll want like a curtain rod or paracord, something that's going to run from, you know, left to right, right behind your seats, so people can't see in the front windows or whatever. And then you're going to have to fashion something up for your side windows, even though they're tinted, but sometimes you can still see through them a little bit. And so you'll want to have your privacy curtains. There are blackout curtains you can get too, so that makes it easier to sleep, especially if you want to travel a little bit at night, sleep during the day. And if you can make your windows even darker, that's even better. So you can be a little incognito. You know, people might try to look in there and still not see you that way. I think I covered those things. I'm not going to cover the things that were in her video that we wouldn't do or think of on our own. So I feel like I'm be stealing somebody's property kind of thing if I did that. I would, let's see if there's some other things. I would, since I'm allergic to smoke, okay, let's just go there. And some of the charcoal that's got these scents or whatever in them. can't cook on those. But say I go to a KOA campground, I could, if I had a Blue Eddy or a some other power bank, I could plug in, say, a panini pan, an air fryer, a rice cooker, the smaller cookware. Like, instead of having to make a big old pot of soup, you could just make a little bit in, like, maybe the rice cooker. Sandwiches, you know, they have the George Foreman grill. You could make your burgers and that instead of the campfire type thing. Man, I'd still want to do it though, because I love my s'mores. I do, really do. Oh, here's something about dishwashing spray and a toilet bowl cleaner. Something about a cup of water. I have a circle drawn around it, so I might have messed my number up, but I think it's 1 cup of water, a 1/3 cup of vinegar. I have no idea. It looks like 42 1/4, but I'm pretty sure that's not what that is. 1/2, I think it's supposed to say like 1/2 tablespoon maybe of baking soda. And then if you want to, you could put a little food coloring in it. That way you might recognize your dishwashing or your toilet bowl cleaner versus if you're just using vinegar water to spray your dishes with after you eat your meal. So you'll want 2 or 3 spray bottles. And you'll want your dishwashing spray in one, toilet bowl cleaner. Could go in one that wouldn't have to spray, but it would be convenient if it did. And then she's just meowing away. She doesn't like it being down in the basement. But she actually tried to go out the front door. I told her it's storming out there. You don't want to go out there. She didn't believe me. She kept bugging me to go out the front door. So I opened the front door. It's raining. She darts out, and all of a sudden lightning comes, and she's like, ah, and she turns around and comes right back in. So, but I still had to bring my things downstairs, go back up and get her, and literally carry her little self down here. She just does not like it down here being in this bedroom. So, yeah, that's Nala. Trying to think what else we would want. There would be dishwashing spray, toilet bowl cleaner, the vinegar water just for doing the dishes. Oh, we were talking about if we wanted to wash any clothes. You could get, like I said, the 5-gallon collapsible bucket or something. And I use a wand. I think it had a flat end on it with some kind of microfiber cloth, and you could reach your windshield and clean your windshield like from top to bottom on the inside for us short arm people. So I took the end off of that, and then I just used that to stir up, agitate my laundry in a laundry bucket or whatever at the time. Like, say if I want to do my socks or my panties or whatever, bras, you know, you don't want to put those in a regular washing machine if you had one. So, but if you get a 5-gallon collapsible bucket or one of those little ones, you can see them sell on some of those websites. And somebody suggests using a plunger. I don't think I'd want to use a plunger, but I don't mind using that. I call it a wand. And I do it that way. So, years ago, I used to have an old-fashioned washboard. You know, the little washboard that you fit down in a bucket or whatever. Only it was a mini one, because it was for decoration in your laundry room, I guess. And I used to do that a long time ago. So, a waterproof bag with a dryer and a couple of balls in it. And then that's one way to dry your clothes. I just hang mine up. If I was in a hurry, like one day my socks weren't dry, I took my hair dryer, took my sock and my hair dryer and put it in the sock, like right in, like this much of the sock around the hair dryer in, and then blow dried my socks. Turned it, like when it got dry so far inside, I reversed it inside out and then did it again. It only took like 4 minutes or so to dry the sock because it was already halfway dried when I took it off the line. But I was in a hurry, I had somewhere I had to go, so that worked. It's funny how we can find other uses for everyday items that we wouldn't normally think of till we come in like need for something, last minute emergency or something. So as I talk about these things, and you'll see how the VanBuild is going to change over time as I try to get it just right for me. The idea is to be frugal, start with what I already have, and then I pick those other items up that you saw in the previous videos. I got those at a yard sale. So I have some kind of a base cabinet system. The one on the inside center is going to have snacks and stuff for if I want to watch TV. And then the outside one, I don't remember how I used to do it, but there's going to be, my clothes are going to be in something, especially the bed clothes. I don't know that I always want my bed clothes laying out in that back row seat, because then if somebody comes through during the day, looks at my van, they're going to see those and wonder what's up with that. And it's nobody's business but mine, sort of thing. Trying to think of what else might come in handy. You know how I thought about this? I bought some luggage once, and you know how the smaller pieces will fit in the next size piece and then the larger piece, and you can get it the expanding or whatever handle, and it's on wheels. And I found one that actually looks like, oh, let's go travel, right? So I have that out there, and then I have a little bag with that that's got maps and books on visiting places to go see in different states, so I don't run out of ideas of places to go, things to see. So like if I'm heading for one destination, oh, I'm gonna have this big storm, don't go that way, go south, go north, go east, whatever. I have like things, a book or whatever, so I can find places to go, things to see. Sometimes I might have phone service, sometimes you might not, and those books or maps are going to come in handy. Is there anything that you're curious about that I may not have covered? Of course, I haven't covered a lot yet. But anything that I've already talked about that you do or you might do differently, things you've tried that didn't work, so you changed how you do it or what you use. Let's see. By the way, if you want to be frugal, I got this cabinet, and I think I already covered this in one of the videos. 3 cabinets of $5, a bookshelf was $5, the ottomans were $2 or something. I don't remember if they were 2 or 5. And the red cabinet that's basically was supposed to be for tools, that was my brother's. I just kept that after he passed away. Seems like there's some other things that I have that I utilize though. So I have like $40, $50 in my soft camper build so far, because I bought them at a yard sale. Girl just wanted to get rid of stuff. She actually made the cabinets. I was really impressed. I'm like, wow, I wish I could make, do things like that. That's really cool. Baskets come in handy. Like I said, those pop-up containers. They're the cubicles you buy. You know how you can go in stores and you can buy bookshelves and things? They got the square cubicles, and those will slide right in and out like drawers. Love it. Okay, something I haven't mentioned. I don't think you've seen it yet. I'm working on it. It's 3 or 4 little drawers. It's plastic, white frame light, slide them in and out, whatever. But they're on wheels. You can take the wheels off, so it just sits flat on the floor of the van or whatever you're using. But yeah, I'm going to try to organize a whole lot of little supplies, different things in that, because I can't see, I can't stand, say like I took all my little supplies or tools and threw them in one of those cubicle things. Oh, that would just make me crazy. I can't have that. I have to have some sort of organization. Like, I want to open a drawer, see what it is, know where it is, which drawer has what in it, so I could put a list on the outside drawer if I wanted to. But I want to be able to open that, reach in there, get what I need, and do what I need to do. So, I don't know if you're that way or not, but that's just me. Let's see. Oh, here's where I actually laid that out. I didn't even see that. My hand was over it. So, let's see. These items you already have. Sprint thriftably if you are going to buy other things you need. Oh, when I made my bed build and I was telling them about the wardrobe doors, I was at a thrift store and they had a wardrobe for $5. And I thought, well, I only need the doors. But she said I'd still have to buy the whole thing if I wanted to leave the large wardrobe itself behind and just take the 2 doors. That's okay. I'm like, sure, I get $2 a door. I can make 2 beds out of it. Not like a deal to me. Well, long story short, my sister moved up north due to her health, and then I started having health problems here, left and right. So those doors ended up coming in the house, in that wide open area from the dining room into the kitchen. I have set those doors up, sliding doors like this, and they don't go up high enough to block all the air, but in the winter time I can pull those over to block and keep some of the heat in the dining room and living room from going into the kitchen. There's a little gap, so some of it will go in and then go around in towards the hallway and help heat the bathroom, because there's no heat in the bathroom or the hallway or the kitchen except from the refrigerator. Those came in handy. Now if I want to take it out to the van again for a bed, I can, and if I don't, I can just leave it there, because summer's going to come. I'm going to have AC on. That's going to help me keep the AC in the living room, combined living room, dining room, and then the I can open the windows in the bedrooms and the bathroom, because I'm not even using the bedroom right now. Hopefully one day I can get back in my bedroom, but right now I can't. So that's just the solution for right now. So I had spent $4 for those doors. A shelf. Says I had a shelf of some sort for $4, I think. Maybe it's the bookshelf. The 2 ottomans, yeah, they were $5 each. The bathroom set, that's the rug set, or the bathroom set with the ring, shower curtains. The rod, I think I already had the rod. I don't think I bought that rod. I might have bought a new rod. I'll have to see. Anyway, all that came to $15. The candles that I made, I think I talked about them, and you get to see them in a frame of one of the videos. Scented candles, and then you took your landscaping light and just put it down the middle, because I can't burn the candles, but I can set those out. The sun can charge those solar lights up, and I can put them back in the van, and it'll light up. And then I'm also sensitive to the candles, so I take the lids off, put the candle, the lawn light in there. I can still kind of get the scent from the candle, especially if I have the windows open, and I can enjoy those scents. and I can have light at night with the solar candles. So I bought 3 candles, 5 each, that's $15. 3 solar lights, $1 each, that's $3. A set of 2 rug sets, they were $5 each, so that was 10. So all together, all that, and then the yard sale items I spent like $2.50 on, but they're not, I don't even think I have my yard sale items out there. I have the shelf out there, I think, in the back. It's in the garage part now. But I had that set up like kind of behind the console between the 2 seats, and I had this, it looks like it belongs in a terrarium for lizards or something, but fake lava rock thing that comes up like this. And then I was going to have a candle or something, some rocks, make like a fountain, you know, for relaxation. Yeah, well, I don't have that out there now, so I'm not going to include that now. But that's pretty good. You can do a soft build of a camper van for $60. So I'm happy with that. And that's all I got on that. Anyway, I've been long enough. I should probably check and see if the storm is passed yet, or if I'm still going to have to be down here a little while longer. But I think I'll wrap this up. I don't want to just bore you to death. I'd rather get my list for each system, like kitchen, food pantry, and then solar power items, different things for different, I don't know how to even say it, but you know, I get too much going on in my head at one time. The electronics, the like tent, camping, what you might need for that. Oh, we didn't even talk about what you need as far as your personal items with your toothbrush and toothpaste, other things, your medical kit with all your different medical supplies. Make that list. Coolers, you might want some coolers, so you can put ice down in there if you can't have a little refrigerator yet. But see, if you had a Blue Eddy or a Daiquiri or some other power bank solution, then you could have a little refrigerator in there if you had to plug it in even. Although I don't know how much, if they're solar powered, they run on that, and you just have to know for how long to make sure you don't let it run down. This is a whole nother thing. Talking about buying this mesh thing for the windows, you know, the center windows in your door that go down in your van, and then you can just go down so far, but you can buy this window treatment type thing to put in there. It's like a grate, and it'll allow airflow through there. And I've been looking at that. I want to do that. So I'll let you go. We'll go over this some more later. I'm sure I left something out besides we didn't cover a lot because I didn't want to be up all night. I just something to do till the storm passes, and I'm not worried about a tornado coming up sometime without me knowing about it. So I hope you're all safe, and I hope you get something out of this, something of value. And like I said, if there's something I mentioned that maybe you would use differently or do differently, like you've already come up with a solution because you're experienced and you've already done this, which I haven't yet, and that would be great too. So I hope you all have a great week. Bye bye.